Yo, what's going on, peddlers? Good morning. It's about like 9:16 in the morning or something like that. Anywho, the topic today is gonna be why I don't agree with the term of phrase, once a cheater, always a cheater. I feel personally that there's good reasoning behind it. Before I go into why I feel personally that it's incorrect, I'm going to go into why I feel that you guys are right. I'm going to go into why that term of phrase is where it is today and why it's there for a reason. So, number one, I understand why the phrase came to be. Generally, people, once they do cheat, they have, what's the term I'm looking for? They have a lesser resistance to do it again, so they're more optimal to do it again and again and again. So for example, when I was more immature in my previous relationships, my fault if this sun is messing with y'all, man. I didn't consider that too good, so if y'all getting blinded, that's my bad on that. But yeah, so I cheated multiple times, and one time it was in person. It was not all the way, but it was still cheating. There's different types of cheating. There's mental, there's emotional, there's physical. I don't know if there's really a spiritual cheat. I don't know about that, but yes, I was mentally cheating, emotionally cheating, physically cheating. Bottom line, I did that multiple times throughout the relationship. I have no excuse for why I did it. Just immaturity. I didn't consider the other person's emotions. And I feel like that's what a lot of people fail to realize. It is selfish to cheat. It's like you're having your cake and eat it in two, essentially. I feel like, and coming from that, a lot of people fall down the same pattern, and they don't keep it with the same person. They do it with multiple people. So I understand the term and phrase of that. But what I will say is not all people remain that way, and that leads me into the title of this video of why I don't believe if you cheat once, you're always a cheater. Just like I believe, inversely, if you never have cheated, that doesn't mean you never will. Okay. There was somebody said something yesterday. I don't know if it was on a TI record or if it was, I just heard it somewhere. But what was I gonna say? The dirtiest person, guy or girl, could have the best morals, and vice versa. The cleanest person could have the worst morals. You know what I'm saying? They might not have no record, but they're the evilest person, most evil person. So that's that. I don't, how it falls into play here. I mean, a lot of people can mess up and get clean, essentially. So with my situation, can't speak for everyone else, but after that relationship, I decided, well, hey, if I'm going to do this, why enter a relationship? And I feel that way right now. I feel like if you want to run the field, run the streets, don't even enter a relationship. It's a lot easier. Just tell people you're dating. That's it. They could assume the rest. If you aren't doing it, that's up to you. But just tell people you're dating. Keep it open. You could do whatever you want to do. It's a lot easier. You don't have to check behind your back. You don't have to do none of that. You go ahead, you do your thing. None's the wiser. Everybody can move on. Whereas you get in a relationship, you're insecure. Again, let me speak for me. I was insecure, and I, didn't want to lose what I had, but at the same time, I wanted to see the other side. I wanted to venture into that lawn, to that other grass, and then come back to, what I know. It's selfish, immature, and disrespectful. Just break up if you don't want to be in a relationship no more. All right. So that leads me into my own evidence, my own proof of why I feel like once a cheater is not always a cheater. So my last long relationship, about 3.5 years, I didn't cheat. I was like, I'd say if you want to get technical about it, with my addiction to pornography, and there was an instance where a former best friend of mine, we had some issues and we were flirting a little too hard than we should have. If you want to call it that, I suppose you could call it technical cheating. That's where I think that's where it kind of gets into personal boundaries and personal ramifications on what's considered cheating and what's not. I don't feel that's cheating because I told her I didn't let it go on too long. It went on. It still shouldn't have went on, period. But it was like 1 or 2 days maybe, and you know, this former best friend was trying to get at my girl. We were trying to still chill, like as if nothing was wrong, you know. So I called that out, and we had a history of flirting in and off and on in relationships, and that's like one of the people I emotionally and or mentally cheated with on my previous one, the one before the one I'm talking about right now. So, but I was tired of that, so I like brought it to light. I was like, listen, you're engaged, this can't work, you know what I'm saying? We can't get back to how we used to be, you know, because that's how we were. We hurt so many other people by doing that. So I told her we worked that out, but I mean, I was never kissing nobody, touching nobody like that, you know. Everybody has thoughts. I'm not going to front with you and tell you I never had thoughts of doing it. Everybody has thoughts of doing it. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't, God bless you. I don't know how you do it, but most people that I've encountered, you have a thought here and there. You have an opportunity here and there to cheat. It's just about whether you're going to do it or not. You know what I'm saying? So I can't speak on her behalf, but on my behalf, there's a few opportunities, and I'm not going to front and say I never thought about it. However, it never happened. So there wasn't a time in this relationship where someone's kissing on my neck, but I'm going to go ahead and say, hey, it's not cheating though, because I'm not kissing her back. It's not going to be me laying in the bed with another chick, you know, face to face like this, you know what I'm saying, and we not kissing, but that's not cheating. You know, she's cuddling with me, but I'm not cuddling back. That's not cheating. You see what I'm saying? That's how I used to be. It's a different situation. It's like, I never had that, you know, besides that situation and the pornography, which again is debatable. Some people consider it cheating. Some people don't. I would go, I lean on both, because one end you're like giving yourself to this addiction and other aspects and not the person you're with, so isn't that cheating? But at the same time, it's not real. But for me personally, I'd say technically it kind of was. It's a blurred line, because especially for my situation, so the pornography for some people stretches into social media and stuff like that. And not saying I did it in person with somebody, but there's some people that you might know that you do it to, right? And then but it's a blurred line, because it's like, well, if you really know them, is it cheating? But you didn't actually do it, and they don't know that you did it to them, and it's not really genuine because you don't really have that attraction to them in real life. But so it's a blurred line. But either way, one could say that, well, you still a cheater. Maybe, I would say no. Like, again, the examples I described to you earlier, I consider that hands down cheating. Like, sitting here touching on another chick's leg and stuff and talking about, like how turned on you guys are in the middle of class while you're in a relationship. Yeah, that's cheating. So, I mean, coming from that to that worst case scenario, let's say I'm still a cheater, but I'm not as bad. Okay, so I guess in that sense, you could say once a cheater is always a cheater. But if we go to the whole stuff of like what I just mentioned to like what I described of just, flirting with my former best friend behind my girl's back and then telling her and being the one to destroy that relationship and then never having any other physical things like that besides pornography, I'll leave that for you to judge. For me personally, I don't consider myself a cheater after that. You know what I'm saying? So that's my opinion. That's my perspective of things. And, moving forward, I mean, it's the same thing, and that's to you guys as well. If you feel like you have some oats to sow, go ahead and do that. Go ahead and date, and that'll be another topic as well. But make sure you vet the person before, and that's for you too. Vet yourself before you enter a relationship. Give it 6 months. You don't have to. That's what I'm doing these days. I used to be the person to jump in and stuff, but I don't want to digress too much. So that'll be another video, maybe next Tuesday or something like that. But vet the person you're with, and that goes yourself as well, to make sure you're prepared for a relationship. Don't just hop into it. There's a lot of things that could go amiss because one or not, if not both, people aren't ready for it. So just wanted to talk about that. If you guys got any questions, comment, you know, if you got any video suggestions, you know, put that down there. I did it sideways this time, so hopefully it's not landscape. I got to learn more about it, but hopefully that's a little better for y'all to watch on that. But thanks for tuning in. It's Saturday. Like I said, I'm going to try to get it in on Saturdays. Definitely Tuesdays for sure, but I'm going to try to get it in on Saturdays as well. Try to do as much as I can for you guys, you know, so we could get rolling, you know what I'm saying? So let's hit it, man. You know, thanks for tuning in. You know, peddlers, we're going to keep pedaling on, man. Lay on the pedal. You know, this is Dr. Léon, man. Y'all take it easy.